Yo, my dudes, this is Theo. Okay, so it's been requested many times before a full day of eating, and recently by a guy. Some guys have asked, and now another guy asked. And so to me, it's just, I'm laughing because, I love the way I eat, but the typical, full day of eating with some fitness person, it's all this, very nice vlogger, this nice white apartment, and look, here's some kind of yogurt with 7 different kinds of seeds and berries, and I have this green drink on the side, blah blah blah. It's so, it's pretty too, and it's a lot, and my way of eating is so simple, so I figured I might at some point, when I have a fully free day, I could take you along on like the whole day fitness routine, how I combine the food and the training and all. But it's so easy to just talk about it, and I have pictures of the food. I mean, it's always more fun, I understand, with more visuals and not only talking about it. But so I do the 8-hour eating window, 16-8. On average, yeah, I didn't really know how to structure it, but we'll do it like this. I'll tell you like the foundation of my eating routine, and then I can talk about the exceptions or when I do the tweak. So a typical day, my first meal, I have the first smaller meal. 3 meals in an 8-hour eating window is my typical eating routine. My first meal is a smaller, lower fat one. The second meal is like in the middle. It has carbs, but it also has some more fat. And then the last meal now, no carbs, because now I'm not bulking or cutting. I was really upping the carbs when I was bulking, but now just maintaining. I'm happy to have a moderate carb diet, close to the workout, but the last meal I don't really feel like I need to put in more carbs. So the first meal, if you've followed me for a while, you know about this very well. I use kefir, a kind of sour milk. Nothing too special about it. Supposedly some people think it's really good for the gut. I don't think it's a miracle or anything. I just like the taste. I like dairy products, always worked well with me, and the protein is very good. I use this with protein powder. I have Impact Diet Whey from My Protein with cookies and cream flavor. I just love this. It tastes like a cookie that's called digestive in Swedish, digestive, but pronounced in Swedish. That's a taste, so that's awesome. I put in blueberries and raspberries and rice puffs, and the rice puffs are really for texture. I do use some maltodextrin for like fast carbs in this. I use a lot more on the bulk. Now I use less of it, but also sometimes not even that at all. I use, like, we call it not Rice Krispies now, with the cookies that are from rice. We call them rice cookies in Sweden because they just agree. The maltodextrin has been all right with me, but I notice sometimes it can mess a little bit with the gut. So sometimes I'll only have this. It really depends, but I'll often throw in 3 eggs here too. Because what I've noticed is when you eat, this is, for many, this is a huge, pretty big meal. It's 1,000 calories. And to me, it's one of the smaller meals. And I've noticed, though, that when you eat more at a time, even though if you eat good stuff, you can't mix too much. Like, for instance, carnivore, just eating meat, works very well with the gut, at least when you're used to it. If it's completely new to it, it might not. But if you go eating like, yeah, here's some steak, here's some eggs, here's some salmon, here's some, when you mix it too much, it's still different kinds of animal protein, and the gut doesn't react too well to it. I've noticed putting the eggs together with this meal is better. And I have some juice with every meal too. Orange juice at this first meal, a couple of deciliters, just some fructose, vitamin C obviously, but some fructose to stimulate the liver and thyroid. Really. So this is the first meal, typically. Say that I have that at 9, and then if I have that at 9, I probably plan to work out in an hour, 1.5 hours. It's the smaller meal, and not quite as high of fat, so I will take it up faster. Yeah, and then I will train. and then maybe it's 3.5, 4 hours later in the day, I'll have my lunch. And this is the thing, since I order meat in bulk from a butchery that I actually have this collab with. Swedes use skärgårdsslakteriet.se. I'll link it in the description for sure, for the Swedes. I buy 20 kilos of meat from there every month. But if you use Theodor with an H, THEODOR as a code, you get 5% on your meat orders. But so I really structure, these are the 20 kilos of ground beef I buy, because I can't really afford to be buying the nice, it's very good ground beef, so I'm happy, but that's why I only buy it. Yeah, I really structure my eating. I get it in 800 gram bags, and so I consume one of these bags every day. So for the middle meal, if after workout, I'll have rice, probably 1.5 deciliters uncooked rice, and 400 grams of the beef. And then for the last meal, I have the rest of the beef and whatever I decided to add to get in the calories there on that day. So some bacon, maybe some cheese, yeah, and always still some juice with the meals. With the post-workout meal, I have cranberry juice because it has more iodine, which you sweat out a lot when you exercise. And to the last meal, I have some orange juice again. And that's basically what I eat on a typical day. The first kefir meal there, then the beef and the rice, and then the beef with some other fatty, proteiny stuff. And that's basically it. 3,000 to 3,500 calories. As long as I'm within there, I don't really mind, I'm happy. But, so these are the tweaks that I will have to make sometimes. Sometimes it just doesn't work with work and everything to do this. Very often, I'm very good at it. I get this, like, one meal, 3 or 4 hour break till the next meal, 4 or 5 hour break till the next meal, and then I'm done, you know. But sometimes I have to extend the eating window because just have many clients in a row or something. So maybe it's 10 hours and 3 meals. Sometimes, like actually yesterday, it was Thursday yesterday. By the way, yeah, I'm right now when you're watching this, I'm probably feeling horrific from the detox from nicotine and caffeine, but I'll post this so I don't have to record something then. Yeah, but yes, I did this, I told you, like 9 to 17, 9 to 5, 3 meal eating window on like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But yesterday I was on my feet the whole day. I did other stuff in the evening apart from working. I was just walking around a lot, and then I add another meal, and that's the only time I'll have like kind of a small meal, like 500 calorie meal. In this case, yesterday I just had some more of the kefir and protein powder because I didn't really have anything else at home, but it could be some eggs and bacon, for instance, too. Yeah, so that's basically, I mean, I do vary, of course, but this is the average. I do, sometimes, if I forgot, for instance, to bring out one of my bags of meat to, you know, heat it up over the night or stuff, maybe I'll just skip that day and buy some other stuff. I throw in salmon twice a week because, yeah, it's a good dosage for getting the omega-3, a couple of 200 grams of salmon twice a week. So, but this is, I don't go very wide outside this, you know, stuff I didn't mention here. I will have sometimes like some sauerkraut or some cucumber, some stuff that can make digestion and bowel movements just a little easier. But this is basically it. We'll see what I'll do here in the end, if I'll just put a list or something. But now you know, this is the way I eat. Most of the time, 3 meals with the thought, by the way, how it can get tweaked sometimes too. Sometimes I always have 1 meal after I train, but sometimes the training is between the second and third meal, and not the first and second, but most of the time though, first and second. It can change. What I think too about is that the first meal is the one that gets absorbed the quickest because of the lower fat, and so I usually between that meal and a meal after, I leave a smaller space. You know, if it's, you know, if it's not exactly 4 hours in between all the time, it's 3 hours after the first smaller meal, lower fat meal, and then 5 hours till the next one. And that's really because I try to theoretically, I know that can't remember exactly, but when you eat protein synthesis gets a little spike for a couple of hours or so, but it also depends on how much you eat, you know. So I'm just trying to, you know, get a new protein synthesis spike if I can do, but this is really not nitpicking, but I understand minor fixes. The most important part is the total amount, you know. And the eating window in and of itself. Yeah, but yeah, I think that's it. Please tell me if something was missing here, because this is the way I would tell it, of course, if I don't just take you along on a day. Is there something I didn't, you know, get? If I revisit this and do a better video about how I eat, what would you like to see? What would you like to hear? Was there some info missing? Please let me know in the comments. Please like the video to help me spread the channel. Took a little boost yesterday. Yeah, it was a little stuck there with 800, but boom, now we're over 820, so that's awesome. Please subscribe. Be one of these cool people that gets me to 1,000, so we can start doing this live. It will be fun, you know. Okay, peace guys, and I'll see you when I hopefully have rid myself of my addictions. Peace.